Okay, well, thank you so much. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for tuning into my channel. My name is Patience with Spirit. Well, my name is Patience and I am with Spirit, so Patience with Spirit. It's a play on words. Thank you so much, Holy Divine Spirit guides, for being here with me. I am so grateful to be in this vessel, co-creating with you in this very unique way. It's very exciting. I love it. Spirit just said Larry and Alan. I don't know if those are going to be people watching, people we're talking about, I don't know. But I am so grateful to be here. My name is Patience. I'm your favorite psychic spirit medium, host of Spirit News podcast on Spotify, where we teach you about non-physical energy through the help of my very own spirit team, the Guild of the Golden Triangle, Mish, Mirabelle, and Mantis. We are all here co-creating in this very special way, bringing the messages forward from Holy Divine Spirit to help us find alignment, to help us integrate in this time we're in, to help us into the new earth energies. I have incarnated here many times to be here in this moment, to have these psychic abilities from childhood to help us understand ourselves, to help us understand universal consciousness, to understand cosmic love and divine light. So I'm here with forgiveness, with unconditional love in my heart, and I'm so happy to be here. We are truly blessed. I am so grateful to be in this vessel, and I have everything I need, and I'm happy right now, and everything works out for me. So we teach you that on Spirit News. We have documented our spiritual journey for our psychic development. I am a childhood psychic. I was born psychic. I repressed it until 5 years ago, where I decided to jump in and see what happens and to change my course of destiny by choosing something different. And you're allowed to choose, you're allowed to change your mind, you're allowed to try new things, you're allowed to fail, you're allowed to pick up something else, you're allowed to be someone different than you were in the past. And from what I'm learning, Holy Divine Spirit actually encourages that, because any new choice you make is something exciting, and you're co-creating with the universe, spirits, and wind. Can you paint with all the colors of the wind? I love that song. So we're here today. We use our platform of YouTube to learn energy through the help of my spirit guides, and we use this platform to develop our psychic gift. Everybody's psychic. Wu-Tang Clan. I love Wu-Tang Clan. Y'all don't know. Okay, y'all don't know. Wu-Tang 36 is my favorite number. 36 chambers. 3 plus 6 is 9. 369 is the language of the universe. I love Wu-Tang. Wu-Tang is my favorite. So we use this platform to read energy, to learn energy, to get bits of wisdom and knowledge from spirit, and it's a beautiful place to come together. 3333, I love you, Spirit. To come together, it's a very unique way to co-create with you guys, to share energy, to be a collective. From what I'm learning through my spirit guides is that humans are meant to be in like communities. They're very like, we need each other. We're supposed to be together. We're supposed to help each other out. We're supposed to be there for each other. We're supposed to support each other. So we hope that you receive that in this transmission and in all transmissions that we deliver. It is my honor to be of service to the collective. So today we're going to read energy, and as we're learning, can I taste the fountain? I don't know what that means. I don't know what that means, but we're here to read the energy. From what I'm learning, energy is fluid. It can be past, present, or future. It can be all of them. It can have bits and pieces of them. If this message isn't for you, it's going to be for somebody. If it's not for you, it always imparts some type of wisdom or knowledge that's very valuable, in my opinion. Oh, thank you very much. And I'm very happy to be here with my ancestors, my spirit guides, my angels, my loved ones, beings of love and light, of holy divine white light, of love, are all welcome here to come help us receive a message. And we'll see what comes through. And remember, energy can also be, it has no gender, so it could be masculine or feminine. And we'll see what comes up. I was just getting this feeling of uncertainty. I'm getting this feeling of someone being canceled, someone being set aside, someone feeling uncertain about some kind of choice they've made. And I'm just saying this intuitively, like what I'm picking up energetically. I kind of started getting it when I was talking. Somebody who was on cruise control in a certain energy that was kind of like, um, it feels like somebody got used to living in an energy that was very low vibrational, and they almost, not almost, they did, because they were just in that energy for so long, they didn't foresee any other energy that they could be in, so that just became their reality. And that became just their like default mode, their cruise control, just kind of like set in their ways. That's what I'm getting. I'm getting that. Okay, well, let's see. Let's see. Have my kids. Hi, gorgeous. Are you passing a bad time? Am I passing a bad time? I don't know. It depends on how you look at it. And from my perspective, any trials or tribulations that I'm going through are something that I can use to catapult myself into understanding myself, or understanding what about this is trying to teach me something. So it's like good and bad. So I'm coming out of a turbulent time, but I'm finding the joy in it, and I'm learning so much about myself. So it's like a good and bad thing. Have I ever had a relationship with a narcissistic person? Yeah. I think everyone probably has one narcissist in their life, you know? It's like a balance. Everybody, it's the balance. You have to encounter people who have cluster B personality types to encounter maybe something for you to overcome, something for you to encounter to help you reflect off that person. You know, when you meet people like that, it's often to help you see the things that you don't want, so you can understand what you don't want, you know. So if you understand what you don't want, you can understand what you do want. So you kind of have to have both, and you have to encounter those people. You do. They exist for a reason. Even God made those people. The fairy ring: new skills, advanced training, rapid improvements. Someone here was part of some kind of circus. There was some kind of circus going on, some kind of commotion, some kind of ring, some kind of act, or something that was going on, that was putting on a show, something that was putting on some kind of act, something that was trying to portray either somebody who one either somebody here, it could be both. There's somebody here who has learned a new skill or has been going through some kind of rapid improvements or advanced training, which we just said, you know, you have to encounter cluster B personality types to help propel you into newness, to help you learn about yourself. Life hack: you're more than welcome to be here, but if you're gonna be a meanie weenie, I'm gonna get you out of here. We want to have love here, okay? You don't have to be here. And also, I'm getting that there was at least 3 to 4 people that may have been running some type of chaotic circus or some show, or putting on a show about some kind of training they have, or something that they were advanced in, but it may have been a show. Okay, that's what I'm getting so far. Alright, Spirit, Holy Divine Spirit, what else would you like us to know? It's my honor to be here. It's my honor to be of service to the collective. I love nothing more than to be here for the collective. I just got a confirmation. That's too many, but I'll take this one. Mermaid in a koi pond. Oh my god, we were just at a koi pond the other day. Rediscover your individuality, become the dragon. Oh, and in a podcast, we mentioned that intuitively I was feeling that this is the year of the dragon, and that's why, hey Marcia, thanks for being here, and that's why I made art for my thumb tag for my channel that's a past version of me as the dragon lady, and I have help from little dragons because this is the year of the dragon. And what that means is that a lot of people are becoming switched on or are starting to realize toxic relationships they're in, or starting to realize toxic traits they have that they are taking the reins for and are changing, and they're using the energy of the dragon to take action. The year of the dragon will be a year that a lot of truths come out about ourselves, about other people. 2010 is what it said. And it's a time where we're going to rediscover our individuality, where we start to separate ourselves from people who hold us back, where we start to see the truth in people instead of sugarcoating toxicity. So there's somebody here who may be in that process, who is starting to take their power back, that's starting to realize that they're a mermaid in a koi pond, that they're different, but they're still beautiful and unique in their own way. And they're separating themselves from, this looks like a group of women. This could have been like and you have to put it where it resonates. This could be a job, family dynamic, friend group, but these people thought that they had some type of control or some type of, they were putting on some kind of show. They're starting to realize that whoever they were putting this show on for, who's separating themselves, they're starting to realize that it was all a circus. It was all a show. It was all, thank you. Thank you. Fascinating. The year of the dragon's powerful. It's very powerful, for sure. Spirit said flower. March. Oh, thank you, Dorian. Dorian? Is that J silent?
Tap on wall.
Spirit said tap on wall. So this person is this person may have been part of this circus, but they're separating themselves from that energy. They're taking life by the reins. They're becoming the dragon. They're starting to actually, they could possibly be inspiring other people. They could be some type of leader in that sense, and that they're, because they're rediscovering their individuality and breaking away from this group of women or this group of people, this friend group, this, you gotta put it where it resonates, work group that was in some kind of three-ring circus. They're starting to separate themselves, and they're starting to have confidence. They're building confidence. They're starting to trust themselves. They're starting not to need the validation of other people or this group of people that may not have validated them in the first place. They may have felt different from these people. They may have felt like these people were always fake or putting on an act, or these people always pretended to be something they're not, but they were really just, they were a circus. They're chaotic. They're dramatic. They're always lying. They're always, doing trickery, something like that. So someone broke away. There's no love there. They felt no love there, so they decided to break away. That's what this year's about. Like I said, understanding who's for you and who's not for you. Spirit said no love. So if this year is about thinning the veil of truth when it comes to who you are as an individual and who has your highest good. And there's a person here who is doing that we're talking about. The unending sadness of looking back. endless regret, obsessive grief, replaying the past, negative nostalgia. There's a group of people here, or whoever you broke away from, collective, is in unending sadness. There's something that's happened and I don't know yet. We'll try to confirm. I'll try to read the energy of it, see what I can get. But there's someone who keeps replaying the past that is an obsessive grief about losing you as a friend or family member or a lover, or take it as it resonates, or a work situation. There's something that they were doing that you walked away from because they thought that they were skilled at something, or that they were better than you at something, but they are starting to see that you are you to go, collective, you to dragon. They're starting to see that they had you all wrong, that they don't even know you, that they're in endless regret about what they did in the past to isolate you or separate you. Spirit said too many. They could have done many things. There could be a group of people here that did this to you, or that decided that you were not. There's, for whatever reason, and I don't know what it is yet, they decided that they were better than you in some kind of skill or some kind of something that they casted you out about, and you were like okay, F it, I can see I'm not wanted here, I can see there's no love here. So you became the dragon, and it allowed you walking away from this group of people, or these people in your life that had no true love for you. They're actually hated on you. It allowed you to rediscover your own individuality, and it helped you to trust yourself and to gain some kind of confidence you didn't have before. Now these people are looking at you, now that you are gone, and they're realizing that they were wrong about you. They're in regret. My favorite Wu-Tang song, okay, it's not a Wu-Tang song per se, but I love Capadonna. I used to be so obsessed with Capadonna. I don't know why. We just vibed. We were on a vibe, you know. We were on a vibe. But I really love
William.
what's that song called? I really don't know a lot of the names of the song, but there is this song by Capadonna, and I still know it. It's called Milk This Cow. And it's called, we're gonna milk this cow the best way we know how. Park Hill Projects, chicka pow. One culture, return of the something snatcher. Double dose of Capadonna, the soul snatcher. I freaking love it. Oh, and there's this song on Bobby Digital. There's a song on Bobby Digital that like catapulted my rap career, which I don't have a rap career, but like made me want to rap. Like this is the one song that literally made me want to rap, because it was like, I don't know, it blew my mind, and I still think about it to this day. And it was on Bobby Digital, and it was called, it had Dr. Doom on it, and it had Holocaust on it. It's called Silkworm. It's called Silkworm. And he was like, and Holocaust, I mean, all of the verses on there are like so good, but Holocaust verse, what did he say? He was like, oh my gosh, I wish I could remember it all. He's like, 20 indescribable pain. Oh my god, what is it? Now it's gonna kill me if I can't remember it. My spine slide out the side route. 20 bars. Bitches leave with broke bags, swollen palms, and purple knees. Verbal teas, sipping verbal teas, my verbal seeds, plant verbal seeds. I can't remember it. If it came on, I would remember it, but I can't remember it in this moment. But man, it was so good. It's called Silkworm. It's called Silkworm on the Bobby Digital. That's RZA on the Bobby Digital soundtrack. Silkworm. Oh my gosh, it's gonna kill me if I can't remember. Just let it go, patience. Just let it go. Okay, so somebody here, Elizabeth in the line, it's time to become a great leader. I told you, they're looking at you like you're some kind of leader now, and they're in regret that they didn't see this in you. They treated you like you were some kind of dummy or something, like you weren't capable of having some kind of skill or something. Bobby Digital. Bobby Digital. I can't stop thinking about it. Rest on an atlas. Okay, stop. I can't. I gotta stop. I can't. I can't. I gotta focus. 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 Patience. Thank you. Don't worry. I'll be remembering by the time we're done. I'll remember. I'm gonna remember. Because it is my all-time favorite.
Positive.
Spirit said positive. I ain't lying. So, you're a leader. And these people thought you were some kind of fool. They thought you were a dummy. They really shat on you. They shat on you. They didn't see your individuality. They thought you were a dime a dozen. You decided that you weren't feeling the love from these people, so you decided to walk away. It was no thing to you. You're like, whatever, I'm really getting the vibe that it really didn't bother you either way. You're kind of the person that was like, not somebody to stick around where they're not wanted, and if you're not wanted, it's okay. There's like plenty of other fish in the sea, which mermaid in a koi pond. So, but because you listen to that intuition to walk away from somewhere where you're not welcome or where you're not invited or where you're not feeling love from, because you decided to walk away from these people, it helped you understand your own it helped you rediscover yourself. It helped you to become the dragon. It helped you to be in your dragon era. It helped you to trust yourself, to have confidence in yourself. You're actually inspiring these people. These people thought that they were the ones that were like you, that they were the leaders. They may have thought this because they had some kind of skill or training in something, but I'm still thinking about the verse, but it's ending up that you are the one who's the great leader. You're the one who was the leader the whole time. You gave these people love. Um, you thought these people were your friends or your family, but they were never for you. And now you're independent and free. You decided to walk away from these people, and it gave you freedom from these people's judgments, from these people's expectations of you, and now they're the ones in regret. They're looking back at how they treated you like a cockroach, and they're the ones crying now. They're replaying the past. They're being nostalgic about all the negativity they brought into your life, and because they have obsessive grief about how things played out. I'm not sure like exactly how they played out, but we're gonna find out. Good evening. Thank you for being here. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for being here.
Area.
Thank you so much, Holy Divine Spirit. What else do you want us to know? Commitment in reverse. Commitment in reverse. These people weren't committed to you. They didn't see you as a good investment. They didn't see you as somebody that was going to go anywhere. They thought that, I don't know why they thought that. Maybe they were projecting. This could be some kind of projection. And that's one thing I'm learning about energy is that people who are sleeping or don't have self-awareness will often project what they are onto stronger people because they subconsciously feel threatened by them, because they sense their energy. That this, whoever you are, you're a natural leader, and you chose yourself over these people. You chose not to entertain where you're not loved, and so you walked away because they weren't committed to you, and you were committed to them, but they weren't committed to you. So you're like, well, I'm not going to keep investing into something that's not invested into me. So you're just going to look past my question? I don't know. What was your question? What was your question? What's your nationality? I'm Japanese and Italian, and I'm 41. All these card readers are so fake. All they say the same exact thing. Someone is out to get you. Hey, I'm just reading the energy. It's okay. It's okay if you don't like it. I'm doing this for fun Spirit said I will set it off. I'm doing this because it's fun. I don't know what's going to come out. I'd like to do it because it's fun, and I like to connect with you guys. And I like to... Ophelia! Is reading a gift or an interpretation? I think it's both. I think it's both. I think that it's a gift to be used in the right way, and it is based upon your interpretation, and that's why we say that if you're going to use it, you have to use it responsibly, and you have to be energetically responsible. And so you have to understand energy. You have to understand where you're at energetically at all times. You have to respect God. You have to respect your creator. You have to know, you have to be aware of what needs to be healed within yourself. Because if you don't have a clear field, and I've cleared my field to 144,000 hertz, and that's why I've been passed by Holy Divine Spirit to be able to read energy. And we don't just use cards, we use game cards, we use books, we use multiple things to show you that it's not just about tarot, it's about the person. The person who's interpreting the energy must be at a clear field in order to interpret the messages from Holy Divine Spirit. Otherwise, they will interpret them based on the level of their own energy. And so you have to be willing to clear your field of things that are uncomfortable, that you need to heal, and then you'll be able to interpret the energy differently than if you were not from a healed place, if that makes sense. Alright, so what else? So these people didn't want to commit to you, so that's why you walked away. They had no love for you. They weren't showing you support. They thought you were stupid, honestly. They thought you were stupid because you're somebody who thinks with your heart. They thought that you're somebody who's stupid because you're a very emotional person. You may be very in touch with your emotions. Maybe you cry a lot, or maybe you feel a lot, or maybe you express yourself very openly. They thought that was some kind of weakness. That's why they thought you were a dummy. Because they aren't very deep. They don't know how to be deep. They don't have boundaries. They don't know how to get very deep with their emotions. That's why they view emotions as a weakness. When in reality, a spirit has told me that your emotions are energy in motion. It's actually your ability to express your emotions is actually our superpower. Our ability to understand our emotions at any given point in time is actually a gift, and that is part of the journey here. And if you are able to do that, it's called emotional intelligence. And so because you're able to have logic about your emotions, to come from a heart space, which is what we talk about in Spirit News, our podcast on Spotify. We talk about the time jump, which was an energy shift that happened last year around this time, and it's a major shift we're going through. 2000s, about going from the head to the heart. And so that's what we hope to teach you as well through Spirit News and through these readings, is that everybody is learning the art of emotions, energy and motion, and these people viewed you as being weak because you are able to do that. Because they don't have boundaries. These are people that have a lot of unhealed wounds, that hide their emotions, that don't show their emotions, that don't think emotions are valuable. They aren't people who are able to go deep, or they're very superficial. They like superficial things. Um, Look here, I might be mature, but you're hot and I embrace my maturity. Hey Bruce, welcome back. But Spirit says that's actually the link. Your emotions are actually the link to help you connect to divine guidance. And when you learn your emotions, when you learn how to control your emotions, when you learn to discern your emotions, when you learn to express your emotions, that is when you have mastered self. These people have not mastered self, and you have. Come through, Spirit. You have. You're somebody who's mastered yourself, but they didn't, because they're in a lower, it caused confusion for them, because you're not confused. You're not confused about how you feel at any certain time or place. And you may have actually spoken your mind to these people, and actually created a boundary with them, and because they're not able to understand what boundaries are for, because they're boundaryless, they cross people's boundaries all the time, and so they're not connected with higher guidance, they're not connected with their intuition, and so that's why they were threatened by you. That's why they thought that they knew better than you. Spirit said sickness, because that is their sickness, that they think that emotions are irrelevant, but that's actually something that they're very confused about, that they need to be educated about, because that's absolutely not true. But you're somebody who comes from a heart space. You have a lot of compassion for people. You're not somebody that likes to gossip. They are. You're not somebody that likes to talk shit about people, but they are. You're not somebody that lives in your ego, where you need to have power over people. You let people be who they are, make the mistakes they make, but they're not like that. They're somebody who judge people. They think they're better than people because of certain actions or whatever. So will I suffer before I grow? I don't know. It depends on how you look at it. It depends on how you look at it. Suffering, I think when you come to Earth, you have to have certain things that happen to you that may be considered bad, but your level of suffering is up to you. It's your perspective. If it can be suffering, or you can perceive it as something that's trying to show you something, trying to teach you something that you didn't understand about yourself. So I'm still learning. I don't know everything for sure, but from what I'm learning through these reads and by doing my own journey, is that we come here to be imperfect. When we are outside of these vessels, these physical vessels, we are non-physical energy, and we are 100% 333. We are 100% unconditional source energy, unconditional love source energy. And when we come here to be imperfect, and so we're like perfectly imperfect. So you're going to have a level of, Spirit says not likely. You don't necessarily have to suffer if you can come to that level of mastery, of realization. But we do have to encounter certain destinies or things that will help us understand what we want and what we don't want. So in order for you to understand what you want, you have to experience what you don't want. And some people can call that suffering. I just call it experience. So these people are in endless regret. They're in suffering because they're making themselves suffer for treating you so bad, because you're a leader and you walked away from them and you're independent and free now, and they're watching you somehow because they didn't have any boundaries, and they thought because you were an emotional person or you're able to have compassion, they thought you were weak. They considered that a weakness. They consider that a weakness because you have because you have you could possibly have like a very playful, very like naive, very like innocent type of energy. You could be very like curious, like a child, have like childlike curiosity and excitement. Someone who can see the good in everything, someone who's can smile easily, someone who's playful, someone who
Disagree.
they disagreed with that. Spirit said they disagreed with that. Or they're very immature. I mean, they are immature, but you have like a childlike innocence to you, so they consider that to be weak, and they consider that to be something that made you stupid. That's what I'm getting. Hey, Corey. Um, but there was something that they were warned about. There's something that some kind of harvest. Spirit said harvest, scythe. They tried to bring some kind of danger to you, some kind of sudden change to you. They tried to change something in your life, or something, but something happened to them. They're harvesting. We are in the season of harvesting. This year of the dragon is also the harvesting season, which means that we are reaping what we sowed. So whether you sowed good karma or bad karma, and karma is just energy and destiny, like whatever it is that needs to be um, given back to you that you gave, is what we're reaping right now. So we're in harvest season. So these people could possibly be in some kind of sudden change, or getting some kind of warning, or Spirit, clarify this Skype. Let me see. Let me do this one. Spirit, please clarify this child in Skype. Camera, reminiscing, keepsake, perception, learn from the past, make memories, learn from the past. I told you, this is there's something that they did to you that they're now regretting, because they're harvesting exactly what they gave out. They thought that you were weak, that you were stupid, that they could do something to you, something that they didn't have the ability to perceive differently. Because really, now they're seeing from a higher perspective, after going through some kind of danger or sudden change, they're looking at you and reminiscing about certain situations that took place, conversations. You may have told them something, and now they're realizing that they didn't see who you were at all, that you're actually a leader. They didn't see who you were at all. Palm tree. Now they're seeing that you're actually somebody who has a lot of endurance, somebody who has stability and security. You're somebody who's very flexible. There's something they did to you that they're like shocked that it happened. They're in confusion. They're in confusion that you're like still standing, because that you're still stable, because they did something to your security. They're realizing now that you have permanence, that you have growth, that you endure. Because there's something. What did they do to collective? Why are they so shocked that you're so stable? They're confused. There's something they're confused about. Wedding rings in reverse. They tried to do something to your wedding, to your marriage, or a union. They tried to do something to some kind of soul connection you have, to create some kind of insecurity in that, and they're confused why it didn't work. Coffin. They tried to bring an ending to your marriage, or some kind of union you have. Or they tried to end something for you. It says wedding rings in reverse. Date. They tried to get you separated from some kind of union so that you would date someone else. They're
Dedication.
Dedication, but you have dedication. You're loyal. They're not loyal. These are people who are easily seduced by suitors, or by money, by very like material things. So they projected that onto you. They tried to end your union, and they're confused now because there's something that's ended. There's some kind of liberation you're experiencing because you're free now from whatever it was they were doing, and they're in regret that they even tried to do this because now they have setbacks, and now they may have lost they may have lost their person that they're with, or any ability to get somebody new, because they tried to ruin your union. They tried to ruin your stability, but they're now realizing that nothing they did was enough. Nothing they did was could be enough for you to lack confidence, because they were jealous of you. They were jealous of something. They were jealous of you. They were jealous of your union. I don't understand that, you guys. I'm trying to. I'm not judging it, but I'm not judging it. But this person was jealous of your union. They were jealous. They self-sabotaged themselves because they were in fear and in their ego, because they have no confidence and you do. They viewed you as a threat. They thought they were better. What did they think they were better at you then? What is this skill that they were like thought they were better than you then? Some kind of resource, your resourcefulness, something that you were, something that I don't know, something you were working on, something that you were building. Maybe you had a side hustle you were working on. They didn't want you to be better than them, or they viewed you as not being successful at it. Intelligence. I told you, they thought you were stupid. They thought you were a dummy. They thought they were smarter than you because they had resources that you didn't have for some kind of side hustle or something that you both do. I don't know what it is. Something that you may both be able to do, some kind of job or skill. What's the skill that they both have? Change and alchemical force. Some kind of spiritual gifts. Something, transmutation, the ability to change energy or to understand energy or focus on energy. Something with some kind of spiritual gifts. Maybe you're both healers, or maybe you're both like in the spiritual community or something like that. They thought that because you didn't have the same resources as them, that you weren't as powerful as them. And Spirit said that's not true though. And so because they didn't value you or see you as valuable, they decided to do things to you with your union, with what else? How can we find out? With your stability, with your confidence, because they thought that you were stupid, because you're somebody who's very in touch with your emotions. So they wanted to bring an end to a union you had, some type of love or eternal love, soul connection, something like that. But they're in regret now because you walked away from them. So I don't know if this could be family, work, friends, relationship. You have to take it as it resonates. But whoever they are, you walked away from them. You were like, fuck this. I'm not going to stay where I'm not wanted. I'm not going to give energy to people who don't appreciate me. And I don't think they saw that coming. I think they thought you would like stick around forever or something. Yeah, take a chance. I think they thought that they were being strategic and they were hiding this from you, and that you wouldn't find out. They thought that you wouldn't find out about what they were doing, and it's not even that you found out that they were doing this. I mean, you're gonna know now, but it's just that you realized that they weren't matching your energy. You could feel. I have alchemical force here, so you could feel that they weren't matching your energy. You were giving them love and they weren't giving you love, and it was as simple as that. It's not that you found out what they were doing, because they were doing something behind the scenes and not showing their hand. They thought they were being strategic and took some kind of risk or chance, but now that's ending. What was this? Clarify this risk. Healing from heartbreak, freedom from toxic relationships or addiction. Yeah, they took a chance because they viewed you as weak, because they had some kind of resource that you didn't when it comes to spirituality, and you both are in the spiritual game. They never thought you'd walk away from them, because they never thought that you would find out what they're doing, and they think that's why you walked away, but you really walked away because you could just feel energetically that they were not matching your vibe, that they were not reciprocating your energy that you were giving, and you decided to break free from toxic energy. They're in some kind of addiction. Positive. You decided to heal your heart, and you may have had some kind of addiction that you overcame, and they didn't think you'd overcome that as well. You may have had that addiction because of this person. They may have been putting some kind of energy on you to be in toxicity, and they didn't want to show their hand. It's because they were jealous of you, because they lack confidence, because they're self-sabotaging. Now they're at a crossroads because you decided to walk away, and they didn't foresee you walking away. This was some kind of soul contract. This was something that was some kind of agreement that you both had, something that they were supposed to. It's in reverse, so they may have either interrupted some kind of soul contract, or this is some kind of soul contract that you both decided on in the ethers, and that's how it works. As souls, we agree to play certain roles, certain parts, to help each other grow and ascend and learn lessons, and you may have been in their life for them to overcome some kind of cycle, some kind of soul contract, or some kind of something they do often in past lives, but they broke the soul contract. They broke it because they were wearing a mask. They didn't understand their purpose. They didn't understand that this was supposed to be a lesson for them to change their ways, for them to overcome this cycle, this pattern. Spirit said, I know it. Because they were wearing a mask the whole time with you. They were always pretending. They were always gaslighting you. They never showed you their true feelings about you. And the whole time they were jealous of you. The whole time they had addictions, and they were toxic. But they also, that could be why they had this superiority complex over you, because what was this resource that they had that they thought made them better than you? What was this resource? Let me look at a different thing. Spirit, can you please tell me what this resource was that had them feeling like they were better than you? Thanks. Spirit said thanks. Spirit said you should be thanking them, because something that they did helped propel you, and threatening. Yeah, they're bothered by you. Some kind of resource they have, some kind of resource you have, had them threatened and intimidated by you. That's why they were jealous, because you may have they thought they had a resource, but it turns out you really have the resource. What's this resource? A spiritual hater. I told you. I told you. This is a spiritual hater. They hate on you because of your spirituality, your light, and your power. You're the one with the resource. They thought they had the resource, but they're threatened by you because you have a spiritual resource. What's the spiritual resource that the collective has? They tried to make it like you had a bad reputation, or they hate on you because, or they either tried to make your spirituality to give your spirituality a bad reputation, or they have a bad reputation that they were projecting onto you. Take it as it resonates. Because you travel and because you hit the jackpot, you may be somebody who's really lucky, someone who daydreams, who has dreams and aspirations, who's very creative, and you're somebody who can block negativity. Cloves, especially cloves. You're somebody who can block negativity, and you escape some kind of crazy drama starter that was trying to cause legal issues for you and some kind of scarcity tactics. They were a wolf in sheep's clothing, but you rejected them. You had to reject them because they were fake flexing, or they said that you were about your spirituality. They thought that you were faking it. They thought that you were faking your spirituality. Why do you even care? Why can't people just be what they want to be? And why do you have to interfere at all into whatever? I don't understand it. Let's look in the Emerald Tablets for another clue. What else do you want us to know about this person or these people? Thank you so much, Holy Divine Spirit. Fear is the Lord of the Dark. Arulu. To he who never faced the dark, fear. Know that fear has existence, created by those who are bound by their fears. Shake off your bondage, children, and walk in the light of the glorious day. Never turn your thoughts to the darkness, and surely you shall be one with the light. Man is only what he believes. A brother of darkness or a child of the light, come through into the light, my children. Walk in the path that leads to the sun, and listen to the wisdom. Use the word I have given. I told you, you said something to them, and they didn't believe you. They didn't think you had the power and the wisdom to tell them whatever you did, and so they didn't listen to you. And really what you said was the key to their salvation, was the key to them walking away from the darkness, but instead they gave into the darkness and they operated into that. Didn't I say at the beginning of this reading, this is somebody that is operating been operating in negativity for so long. When they came face to face with somebody of light, they thought that that person was wrong and that they were right, and so they didn't even understand what they were experiencing, and it irritated their demons, and they tried, because they have a bad reputation and they're a spiritual hater. They were wearing a mask the whole time because they were jealous of you because you're a leader, and so they never thought in a million years that you would have walked away from them, but you did.
3 o'clock.
But you did. What else, Holy Divine Spirit? What else would you like us to know about this spiritual hater? How can we help? What's my secret power? Yeah, because you have some kind of secret power, or some kind of alchemical force. You're able to transmute energy. You're able to block negativity. That's why something for them is coffin. It has to end. Some kind of toxic addiction they have. What's Teach for America using to inspire inner students to succeed? Yeah, you're somebody who was supposed to tame their demons, that was supposed to teach them something, but you're supposed to inspire them to succeed in a different direction. But because they couldn't see that your light was supposed to teach them, they thought that they knew something better than you, that you didn't know anything. They thought that you were stupid. And so you told them something. What gets better with age? You may be older than them, or they may be older than you. And now they're frustrated because they're looking back at something you told them, and they didn't want to listen because you're younger than them. They didn't want to listen to you because you said something about spirituality that they didn't think was true, because you have a secret power. Bet you can't have just one. You might have multiple superpowers, and they were jealous of that because they thought they were better than you because you're somebody who understands your emotion, and they don't even think about their emotions. They don't think that emotions have anything to do with anything, and they didn't want to listen to something you said. TSA guidelines now prohibit blank on planes. Alice. They may have tried to, they thought they had the TSA guidelines that prohibited your flight, that were bringing you down, that were keeping you from elevating, and they thought they knew the answers, and whatever you said to them, they didn't believe you because you're younger than them, and they thought that you're stupid because you're somebody who operates in your heart space. You're very compassionate about people. Members of New York social elite are paying thousands of dollars just to experience your superpowers. There's something that they paid money. They may have gone to somewhere to, that could have been the resource they had that was overpowered your resource. Then that's why they didn't believe you, because they thought they had a resource that you didn't have. Something that they paid thousands of dollars for to experience. They may have paid thousands of dollars to experience some kind of secret power you have. Something that about transmutation, something about a what was it? An alchemical force, something spiritual that they paid money to experience. Why am I sticky? Now they're in a sticky situation because they're realizing now in retrospect, now that you walked away from them, that you were right the whole time, that they were wrong, and now it's a hard pill to swallow. Studies show that lab rats navigate mazes 50% faster after being exposed to you. Now they're, the higher perspective of this linear view is, even though their jealousy caused them to not be able to believe what you were trying to teach them, God put you in their presence to be able to get them out of this cycle of egoism, of egotisticalness, of thinking that they know better, that they have better, that they have some kind of resource that you don't have, that they're elite, that they're entitled or smarter than you. But now in retrospect, they realize that if they had just followed your teachings, if they had just listened to you, if they had just trusted your guidance to inspire them to succeed in a different direction, they would have gone through something 50% faster than they're going to go through now.
By the entrance.
Wow. Because they couldn't accept the fact that you may have known something or had a power, some kind of natural ability. My new favorite porn star is Joey Blank McGee. Something about sex. They were using, and I have seduction here. They could use their body or their face, or they could have been easily seduced by somebody who used sex as a way to control them. The healing process began when I joined a support group for victims of blank. So you decided to not be a victim. You decided to heal your heart. They needed you to be in a victim mentality for them to keep doing something to you. They needed you. They may have been responsible for keeping you in some kind of addiction because they're in some kind of addiction, but it ended when you walked away from them because you decided that you didn't want to be around energy that isn't for your highest good, and that started a healing process, and you may have started to bring towards you a new support system or a new kind of support, or maybe you got guided support from your spirit guides when you did this. To prepare you for his upcoming role, Daniel Day-Lewis immersed himself in the world of, this was to prepare you for some kind of initiation into the spirit world. There's some kind of spiritual gifts that you got, that this prepared you for the role you're supposed to play here. You may have gotten some kind of support from your spirit guides that helped immerse you in the world of spirit or holy divine
Virginia.
light. What will always get you laid? Yeah, they're somebody who is very superficial. So they thought that having money, power, sex, drugs, whatever it is they thought those were the resources that were going to overpower you, that were going to keep you in a low vibration for you to not prepare for your upcoming role, but it didn't work. It didn't work because you did something they never foresaw you doing, which was walk away from them. Wow. Alright, how can I end this? So what's going on with them now? What's going on with them now, Holy Divine Spirit? Bear in reverse. They have a loss of power, a loss of courage, loss of finances, loss of protection. People don't view them as a leader anymore. They're losing their resources. All the resources they thought they had that overpowered you and your secret power you had that they had to pay for to experience, they're losing it now. Because they were selfish. Fox, trickery. They were selfish. They thought they were clever. They were playing tricks. They were wrong. They were just straight up wrong. And that's why in this harvest season they're losing everything. But just because you're losing right now in this time, it doesn't mean that you can't pick yourself up. These are the times of conflict, of chaos that are meant to show you where did I go wrong. And if you're able to introspect and gain some inner guidance and accountability.
Disagree.
Spirit said disagree. This person or these people might not be able to do that in this life, but if you choose to take accountability, you can still unlock the key to fulfillment by taking accountability for your actions, by understanding why you did everything you did, which from a higher perspective we see as jealousy, because you had some kind of leadership abilities or some kind of spiritual ability or some kind of secret power that they were jealous of, and so they in their own head they convinced themselves that they were better than you and that you were stupid and you were nothing and that they could overpower you, and that they had the answers to everything and that anything you said to them was wrong, that there's no possible way that you could understand more than them because of their resources. But now they're seeing in retrospect that actually you told them the whole time and that this person chose not to believe you, and now they're in regret. So that sucks. Where's my fuck it. Okay, well, let's see if we can look in this journal, something they can use to help them overcome this energy they're in, that they put themselves in. Practice stillness. Find a good time and place to take a nice deep breath. The mind is complex and its default mode is to be wild and free. Make a conscious effort to shift your awareness away from thought and into your environment. So Spirit is suggesting that they start going within. They start quieting their mind, stop thinking about the past, stop thinking about things that have the mistakes they've already made and to start thinking about how they can be different. Start thinking about how can I do things differently? How can I think differently? How can I react differently? How can I change this trajectory from where it's gone? If you want to change mistakes you've made, then you have to do the opposite of how you got there. So this person was in the energy of jealousy. They had a jealousy spirit on them. And instead of acknowledging that they were jealous of somebody who was supposed to inspire them, of somebody who was supposed to help take their mask off and show them authenticity, they chose to come up against this person and try to ruin the things that made them happy. And that's just not an energy that you want to live in, because it's not, you're not going to be punished. Karma isn't punished. Karma is a direct reflection of the energy you gave out. So this, instead of saying, why am I jealous of this person who's doing good? Why am I jealous of them? And finding out where that comes from, this person chose to convince themselves that it's not jealousy, it's that they're better than you and you need to be destroyed. That's not going to go well. Okay. Thank you, Holy Divine Spirit. I am so grateful for the messages. As always, I hope this helps. Thank you so much. I'll see you on the next one.